Celtic pass hovering over our bench, and we beat them by 20 in the deciding game there. One of the biggest games in the franchise. I'll never forget that day. They had the ghost sheets on, and they had like Havlicek, Heinsohn, Charm, and all the Celtics guys' names on the back. It was an unbelievable afternoon.
1982, just like yesterday. Jordan shaken and not vacant yet. Missing the layup. Green has Anderson out front. Anderson has Michael in his face.
Michael's upset now. He missed the shot. He's got that look on his face like, I want the ball back.
Robert Reed from the corner. Robert Reed. His first two for the night. Timeout, Chicago. Timeout, Chicago. And the lead once again has been cut down to a single digit, 74-65. 4:37 to go in the quarter. Well, the Bulls not putting the Sixers away. You get a feeling the Bulls could do it at about any time, but once again the Sixers have cut the lead to 9 points. 4:37 to go in the third. Speaking of the playoffs, the Western Conference, tonight following this game we'll be televising the Lakers Warriors, who lead 3-1, have bonus coverage of Blazers Jazz, who lead 3-1. Let's assume that Lakers and Blazers go ahead and win those series, leading 3-1 as they are. Who do you like, Blazers?
Well, I want to tell you what, the Lakers can cause them problems, and I tell you why, because they can post them up and they can get them in a half-court offense. And one thing that Portland does is they struggle a little bit when the game becomes real structured in a half-court situation, although they finished the game superbly the other night in Utah, scoring on their last 9 possessions. That should be a great series.
10 seconds for the Bulls to shoot. Frank Hodges coming off the screen. Reed right out in his face. Reed's up there at 6'8", so he's enough to stop the outside shooting of Craig. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
I think Phil Jackson hoped to break this game open, realizing that they're not able to do that. He gets Pippen out of the game because of 4 fouls. Brings in Hodges. B.J. Armstrong in for Paxson.
Barkley with the block of Cartwright. Cartwright wanted the foul.
Phil Jackson took that timeout because he did not like what he was seeing with the team. A couple sloppy passes, guys going in the air to take a shot, looking to pass. And he was just telling the guys, look, let's not let these guys hang around. Let's put this team away.
They inbounded the ball on the side because they called a 24-second violation. Green open for the jump. It's a 7-point Bulls lead. Philadelphia playing a lackadaisical appearing game tonight, but they hang around, down only by 7, and they're on a 7-0 run. B.J. Armstrong spinning into the paint. Barkley gets his 5th rebound. By the way, Barkley has no offensive boards tonight.
Oh, my word.
How did he keep control of the ball?
That was the Charles Barkley of old. Those inline-to-inline dashes where if you get in front of him for a charge, you look like a bowling pin. But they'll knock you right off the floor.
And it's a 5-point game. Leave a team hang around. You know this so well, Doug. And they start feeling some confidence. Cartwright has it stripped. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Charles Barkley in the open floor. He's got his head down. Look out. Ball's knocked loose, but he runs it down and finishes it with the dunk. Got to get a shot up here. I don't know if he realizes it.
I don't think he did. Armstrong throws up the prayer, doesn't get it. The violation sounded, but the shot had gone up first. That was the horn you heard, the 24-second clock. And the Bulls with another offensive board.
They screen roll. That's what they go to when they need a basket. And you got to go to the rebound.
More of a screen shot with Michael Sagan on it.
That's right. They're going to give Michael the outside shot. There's Cartwright. He got pushed.
No whistle. It's Bulls ball. Barkley is slow to get up. Let's see if he's all right. Yes, I think.
Chicago's had 4 opportunities to score on this possession. Armand Gilliam got away with a foul that time. He had his hand on the waist of Bill Cartwright, just pushed him down. No whistle.
3 new 24-second clocks for Chicago on this possession. They're actually giving them 3 possessions. Grant back Barkley in, and Barkley said, I won't give you the basket. I will take the foul. That's 3 on Charles.
Charles was trying to sucker him in there to a blocked shot. The contact was made, and Barkley just released. gave Horace Grant a lot of space, hoping Horace would think he was not there, turn around and take the shot. Horace very aware of Charles Barkley, so he powered the ball to the basket. Smart play that time for Horace.
Horace Grant from game 4, a big one, 22 points, 11 rebounds. Tonight, Horace has 8 points, but he has 9 rebounds to go with it.
Be aware now, pressure defense. Michael Jordan lets them flying in out the foul line here. You see now, he's up here. He comes. Keep your eye.
A sprint to the baseline.
Runway.
Here's that pressure again. Philadelphia appeared unaware of it. 21 on the shot clock now. That means they have 7 seconds to get the ball across the timeline. Ricky Green.
Throw it ahead.
Gilly. Anderson cannot buy a perimeter field goal. Bullets it into Barkley.
Now Charles should take this ball to the basket. Don't settle for an outside shot.
5 seconds to shoot. Green doesn't get it. Jordan rebounds. He's got 12 rebounds tonight. And draws the foul. A hard one from Ron Anderson. Steps up to Michael Jordan. Everybody getting their tempers calmed here.
Michael does this sometimes when he gets into a little bit of a lull. Sometimes he'll look for a little mano-a-mano confrontation to get himself into the game. Now, he's rebounding and doing all those things, but when he gets into one of these little set twos with a guy, look for him to then really explode. He likes to do that to get himself back in the ball game. Let's keep our eye on Michael now this next minute 52 of the third quarter.
The Bulls, should he sink the free throw, go up to a 9-point lead. And the pressure remains. This is how the Bulls are putting a stop to Philadelphia's climb back up there in the competition in this basketball game.
Force them to use some clock. They come down now. The shot clock is working against them.
Grant forces Barkley way away from the hoop. They isolate the side. There's the double team. Reed into the paint. Tough bucket.
Bobby Joe Reed, I tell you, he's getting long of tooth. I played against him, so.
That means you're long of tooth.
Yeah, really.
That means I'm about ready for the rocking chair.
I remember when Bobby Joe Reed was a rookie with the Houston Rockets. Played him in the playoff series.
Remember the year he played point guard? And everybody made the big deal about how big he was playing point guard.
I was guarding him. I remember that very well. He was with Calvin Murphy, Mike Newland, and John Lucas. That group of guys. Very good team.
Minute to go in the third quarter.
Charles is holding the ball so much. Now the clock is down. Here's the double team, and it's going to be an outside jump shot.
From Robert Reed, almost a prayer, just barely draws iron.
That's from holding the basketball too long. Get attacked.
This is attack. Jordan's okay. 42 seconds to go in the quarter. That's attack with a capital A. Chicago had gone cold from the floor in the last 5.5 minutes. That's the first field goal.
Michael weaving in and out of players. The little finger roll off the big hand drive. And great play by Michael Jordan. Gets his crowd back into the game. They'd like to be able to get a 2 field goals here to 1 situation. Philadelphia would. But again, when Charles Barkley holds the ball, the shot clock winds down. Now they throw it out, and you've got to shoot a shot to beat the clock. Robert Reed had no choice the last time but to launch the shot up there.
Philly had pulled to within 5. Now they trail by 10. Jordan has put in 13 points this period. Almost another steal. Gilliam kicks it out to Anderson. That should be money in the bank, but not tonight.
Now they want to hold for the last shot. Either go down 7, 8, or 10, but you don't want to give the Bulls another chance to score.
10 seconds in the quarter.
Andre Turner will like to penetrate. He loves to go to his right hand. If Horace Grant helps, Barkley will have the shot.
The 3. But Grant steps up and punches it away, and Charles has to throw up the prayer. That brought the crowd to their feet. In your face, say the Bulls. A lead of 10 going into the final 12 minutes. 12 minutes, possibly in the season, of the 76ers, unless they overcome the 10-point deficit. This is a good news, bad news. The good news is Scottie Pippen, who was red hot, picked up his 4th foul and had to sit down. The bad news is it meant Jordan had to go to work.
Well, Michael, I said, remember, he goes from 13 to 30 faster than anybody in the league. Already 26 points, 14 rebounds. I think the real interesting statistic here, more than anything else, the Bulls up 18 on the rebounds. And what that does is it tells you they're quicker and more aggressive going to the boards, and they just want the ball a little bit more. It's a hustle statistic.
Stacey King in its center now. 9, 8 and counting on the shot clock. 5, 4. You see it in the lower left. 3. King misses and Barkley rebounds.
Stacey just can't buy one. And ever since he held out of a practice and said he wanted to be traded, this crowd has been on his tail as well as they should be, and he just can't get anything going right now, Bob. It's going to be a long playoff series for him.
And Robert Reed misses Gilliam, another Philadelphia turnover. That, by the way, is only 6 turnovers for Philadelphia tonight. It's 10-point Bulls lead. Got to figure Stacey King won't be here next year.
It'll be interesting.
A good chance that they'll trade him.
It'll be interesting to see what Chicago does with Stacey. There's a screen roll for Michael. Ball knocked loose.
Andre Turner got his hand on the ball as he's stripped into the lane.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with Stacey. I'm not sure what their plans will be. They will not be able to trade him, though, unless they get something of high value, a high draft choice, or something they feel like will help this team. Otherwise, Stacey will be here. Tony Kukoc now is signed in Italy, so they will not be worried about whether he's going to be on the team.
Andre Turner for 3. Barkley, who had drawn the double team. Again, no blockout. Rebound, Stacey King. Jordan was held by Barkley. No whistle at all. And Gilliam gets the defensive board. Barkley hard to the hoop. Missed the lay-in. Pippen rebound. And Pippen is fouled. Charles says, how'd I do that? Reed's personal. Reed sits down. Percy Hawkins back into the game. Hawkins with only 10 points all in the first half. Andre Turner with the steal. It's 2-on-1. This could be interesting. Nice play by Andre Turner.
And John Paxson will come back into the ball game for B.J. Armstrong. Phil Jackson not happy with what he sees in B.J. Armstrong tonight.
It's an 8-point game. It just continues to look as though the Bulls are dominating the game, and they are statistically, but Philadelphia hanging around on points. 8 seconds on the clock. Grant with another offensive board. Pippen left on alone. Finally missed one from out there. Armand Gilliam with the rebound.
Got to get the ball ahead. You've got 3 Bulls in the backcourt. If you throw it ahead, you've got numbers. Everybody's got to be open.
There's one. Ron Anderson. He'll hit this one. He was only 1 out of 6 prior to that shot.
The Bulls have lost a little bit of their discipline right now, Bob. They're chasing the basketball. They're trying to knock them out in one punch. And in doing that, they've allowed them back in the ball game.
Jump ball is the call. I will say this, too. That ball way off that basket. There have been several opportunities for fouls to be called against Philadelphia defensively down there in the paint that haven't been called.
They have been the aggressors, and in being the aggressors, sometimes you will get that call. When you're on your heels and the other team is attacking you, you're going to be the one with the fouls. Right now, Philadelphia has geared up their defense. They're starting to reach in a little bit, cause some turnovers. And right now, they're getting themselves back in this ball game.
Down by 6. Big tip here. It's 2-on-1. Turner. And it, all of a sudden, is a 4-point basketball game.
You know what? I got to take my hat off to Philadelphia, because really they could have died right now. They could have just passed it in, and they're battling back.
They're on a 6-0 run.
They're doing it with a smaller lineup. Gilliam and Barkley, Ron Anderson, Hersey Hawkins, and Andre Turner.
Buries the 3. That was a big one.
John Paxson is a big game player. You leave him open, he'll bury his shots. That's only about Paxson's 2nd shot in the ball game.
And that's the first Chicago field goal in the last 9.5 minutes. They'd had one before that.